So obviously this is part 2. So I'm going to show you how to make some soup, okay? So I have my blender, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and add some fat in there. It's a handful, well maybe 2. Add some fat in there. And then I'm going to take some of my liquid that I have on the side here. Okay. Now you're going to be using a lot of towels, so make sure you have plenty of towels when you're doing your tamales. So, and then you take this, I'd say about, you see I have it half and half, probably a little bit more. And that's okay because I'm going to kind of incorporate that into the dry masa, not the prep masa. Now you can get prep masa and then go ahead and add the dry, which my mother sometimes used to do, but I can taste the difference. I like prepping my tamales from scratch with dry masa. Okay? So, here I'm going to turn this on. There you go. And I'm going to find a container to put that in. That's more liquefied than it is thick, but you could see, as soon as I show you, all the fat in that has risen up. See? All that. That's fat. And that's the beauty of having this beautiful, because I want that liquid. I know it looks gross, but I'm telling you, it's going to make a beautiful tamale. Now, you can take the fat from that, okay, and you can add it. But because I use liquid from my broth, my broth from my meat, I'm gonna use that. So then I'm gonna go ahead, add some more fat. I'm telling you, you want the best tamales. This is the secrets of making a good tamale. Okay, from what I learned from my childhood, watching, and you see that? Look at that. That's all that beautiful fat that rose from the broth. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into, mix it in with my lard. I'm going to just heat it up. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to add probably some of the liquid from this. I'm not wasting. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead. Meantime, I'm watching my meat. This is done. It has a skin that's already developed on the meat. That's good. This is about done in a minute. Okay, so see how thick, let me see if you can see that. That's a little bit thicker. Okay, and the less liquid you use, of course, the better. Then you have your basically your beautiful fat. Now, what you can do is you can strain it. You can strain your soup if you like. I'm just going to show you for. You see all that beautiful fat that comes out? And you could use that for your masa. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to use it all because I'm thinking about my grandmother and my mother, of course. She'd be more healthy conscious and because of my father's diet. And but I'm going to really go back to my grandma. So now, okay, I'm putting all that there, and I'm going to make some little room here. And if you have a small kitchen like mine, it's really important that you make some room somewhere. Okay, so as you see, I have I did mention that. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. So I'm going to have to start washing in a minute. Let me put this on here. Okay. So I have my corn husks that are soaking. And how you figure out your corn husk, I don't know. I think you're going to have to wing it because the corn husk depends on where you buy them. And when I was in business, I used to buy them from a distributor. So the corn husks, so I buy them in the box, and you can get them already clean in these beautiful husks. And that was like a big hoopla with my mother and my grandmother because she's like, "Oh, how beautiful these corn husks! Qué bonitos son estos hojas! ¿Dónde los compraste?" And then sometimes you could find them at the Mexican store. And at a local Mexican store, the corn husk, and you can find them there as well. So, which is pretty cool. So, okay. So, Mom used to use enchilada sauce that was already prepared. This doesn't have any fillers at all. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in a can of this beautiful enchilada sauce. Now, it's not, it's a good starting out type of sauce. I would doctor it up. So, I mean, doctor up the sauce. The picadillo. You want to doctor it up, really. And I usually put a small can. You don't need that much tomato sauce, but it depends on what tomatoes do. It does bind, and it brings all the peppers together, but also the tomato sauce, it kind of balances out the, I'm going to put a couple, it kind of balances out the spiciness of the peppers. So I would go ahead and put tomato sauce in there for that reason. Otherwise, you're going to have the picadillo is going to be too loose, and the liquids are going to be too. They're not binding together. It's not. This brings in like a thickness. So I'm going to put a couple because I'm making extra picadillo flavoring. Okay, so now I have the. Here you go. This is brand new. This is California chili that's already prepped. It's already ground. And like I said, if you want to, this is my way because it's a lot when you go ahead and you. It's a lot when you are making tamales. This is like a good shortcut of making tamales. So I just put a lot in there. As you see, that's probably about a half a cup. Let's see, this is like 8 ounces. That's probably, I put about a good couple ounces in this big pot. So, and then I'm going to add some granulated onion powder to the taste. I like adding it to the taste. This is the granulated garlic, and best taster is your tongue. So, and then these are pasilla peppers that I found that are already ground up. I like getting the darkness of that pasilla. You can put chili ancho in there. You can put New Mexico. There's all the pepper